Alright, so today's day one of sobriety. Or I would count today as my first day. Because yesterday I drank coffee. And when I drink coffee, it makes my mood different. And it alters my mood. And it makes me angry. And it makes everything around me negative. I don't know how I'm going to do this gaming channel thing, or more importantly, to tell you my story and my music. I don't know. When I had these voices going on in my head, and I think that's why I count today as day one, is because the voices died down. I woke up this morning, and it's been like that. You wake up, for 1 second it's clear, and then it just kicks on, and then the fucking voices start buzzing and my head starts pounding and feels like my brains are just like blown out, like just, and I'm just like completely insane from the minute I wake up. And I don't know how to try and be a guru or something, but I'd never liked the pharmaceuticals, because every time I took them, they gave me a side effect that I didn't enjoy, and it didn't cure the schizophrenia. So I'm trying to do this natural way, which is taking care of myself, like to the fullest extent, and focusing on being 100% responsible for myself and for work. Because luckily I have a job that's really perfect for me. Like, I landed a lucky job that is perfectly suitable for me, and the last job I had was also a job that was perfectly suitable for me. But the job before that, that's when everything hit the fan. That's when all shit went completely insane. I got so depressed that it was that I didn't give a fuck. And I couldn't give a fuck. And I think this videotaping thing kind of causes some schizophrenic kind of episodes too, so I don't know how much I really like doing that. But to entertain, right? To be an entertainer, okay? Because this is the guru thing, is I'm trying to just make my way into my dream. I'm just trying to get into my dream, and it's music, and it's only music. I don't really know if I do the entertainment thing, but I really want to tell my story through my music. I really want to be somebody. I want to be someone's hero for the mental health thing, because I see other schizophrenics on YouTube, and they look just like me, and I think I can help them, or like they can help themselves. And I don't take the pharmaceuticals because they just never worked for me, and they gave me bad side effects. And this is my music studio, and this is kind of I guess my advice. If you had schizophrenia or something, or just like depression or something. If you look at my apartment, it's decorated really nicely. There's like a decoration theme going on. This is the studio. I'll show you this, and I could tell you about my schizophrenia today. And I swear 99% of it is because I have a feeling I'll be saying this stuff in interviews someday, and I'll be talking like really in detail and like in depth, and like it's a different social dynamic because you're with someone else talking with someone instead of just talking to a camera. But I was always up in my head talking to myself in my head, like I'm pretending to talk to someone, and I'm talking to myself, and one side of my head's talking to the other side of my head, and I would be doing that for like a whole entire work shift, like the whole entire time, and it wouldn't turn off. And then like if my mind was just blank, it was like crazy, and I felt so like out of place, and like I felt like lost, completely lost. Yeah, but my studio, this is the theme I got going on. So this is like, I wouldn't call it witchcraft, but I definitely call it magic. I'm definitely aiming for something that's gonna be what it's gonna be. And I think it's just gonna be some like chill, deep, magical, like dubstep, like anything. It's electronic, hip hop, rock and roll, pop, dubstep. It's everything. Just mix it all up. It's just a sound. I just have a music. I have a sound, and this one I'm going for right now is I'm really aiming for like kicking it, going like throwback, and going for like some Black Sabbath or like Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix kind of stuff, but like give it like a hardcore like Five Finger Death Punch kind of feel, you know. But I don't know how I'm gonna complete that. This is what the theme is, though. It's like you got the magical portal I send all my music through to the fans, but they don't really exist, and this is how it's how I have it. It's my imagination how it works. And then it got like the army like camouflage, like it's like really like I like it like this. And then I just put up the soundproofing things, the curtains. So when I'm like sitting here, I had a feeling, there was a feeling here. I haven't worked on music yet, but there was a feeling where I'd sit down here and I'd try and work on music, and I couldn't get anywhere with it. And I was stuck. I was just stuck here. Like there's no inspiration. The only thing I could draw from is hate. That's the only thing. Hate, and just that. Just hate, pure hate. Like, so I put this up, so my imagination, right? I'm just the dude in space. You know what I mean? I'm this dude out here in space with the world in, you know, world in the palm of his hand. And I'm just out here in space, and this is the magical anything I can, you know, like, but it's like I understand how to say certain things to make it feel great, you know what I mean? And the going sober right now is just the perfect time, because I was like at the breaking point where I couldn't take it anymore. I was so angry and so upset, and like it's still up in my head, like knowing all that super powerful motivational like kind of music, like self-empowering music kind of thing, but also has like a chill kind of vibe to it, where it's like also relaxing, because it actually takes a while to make music. You don't, like, when I make music, sometimes I can just whip it up right there on the spot, and I'm like, see, that's how it works. Like, I just whip it up on the spot. Most of these songs I've made so far, actually all of them, they've never took, like, some of them taking a few hours, but most of them I just, like, I get this creative flow thing right there on the spot, and it's go time, like, and I work under pressure really well, like. So that's what it is. I was sitting there, there's no pressure, there's no motivation, it's just horrible. And then I threw those up. Now I have something to, like, trying to bounce my music, the instrumental, the sound with my sound, you know, and get these to connect, instead of it being this thing then that thing. This, like, that didn't work for me, so it has to be these things together. And I just got this keyboard. I just got it yesterday, but I haven't, like, learned how to use it. I just got some new sounds and stuff, so I'm pretty hyped about that. And it's a 49 key keyboard, and it's just so perfect, you know, like 49 is my number. I love that number. And I got these drums, and I don't know how to use them yet, because to me these look like some, like, reminds me of like Linkin Park or something, like, or like my music kind of is pretty similar, but I can't compare to anything yet. There's nothing to compare to. There's everything to compare to, and I'm just, you know what I mean? Not any of those things. So, trying to make the sound. And then they have this new instrument coming out that's an electronic guitar that works as a MIDI keyboard or MIDI output thing that I'm getting that when that comes out. But I need to start working on that, but I'm not worried about that because now that's I have the like chill, relaxing all the time I need. It's just a hobby kind of thing. Like, this will take off, you know what I mean? It's not gonna just go nowhere. Like, if I keep working on it every day and like I'm good at this, like when I stand on the red carpet or the hot spot or whatever you want to call it, that's whatever, you know. And I just, you know, I send it through the magical portal through the you know, thing out there, and that's how the music works. And I'm aiming for like you know, arenas or like stadiums, not the thing that I know exists, because we're doing this artist thing. We're not doing rock star, we're not doing hip hop rapper thing. We're not doing that. We're doing an artist, okay? We're gonna think higher than rock star, rapper, all that shit down there. We're gonna go artist, and we're gonna try and rise above, you know, all of the fire, all the flames. Like, we're gonna rise above it. And this is what the thing is. See, this is how this works. I got this mattress, and I had a blacking out my walls, and I just, you know, I like sleeping in just pitch black, like just pitch black. And this might help you people with schizophrenia, is to decorate your place with just really, how do you call it, like feng shui or like chi. Like there's a like ancient Chinese or something way of just being in a relaxing environment instead of being in like some chaotic shit, you know. And that's where I come from. And that's like the one thing, like, people are like, where's schizophrenia come from? And no one really knows. It could be a lot of things. It could be like, you know, drugs and alcohol in like copious amounts for an extended period of time. It could have been that. It could be something as simple as just not getting enough sleep. You know what I mean? Like, not sleeping. Like, you got to take care of yourself. And it could do a lot. It could do a lot with just your upbringing, because I come from a place of just chaos, terror, violence, you know. So this has helped, and this is what I'm trying to say is, now I'm completely isolated, and we're having that thing going on, the whole sickness outbreak thing going on, and now is the time I'm focusing. Like, now's the time, a really good time to focus on your health and stuff, and get your shit straight. And like, that's why I'm going sober. So once we're all let free, I am just a different kind of me, you know? And I'm not going into the same patterns, because it kicks on the voices. Like, that's what it does. Like, today, the voices eventually died down. I woke up and I felt it at the beginning. I came out here, sat on the couch, and like, to say my schizophrenia, what it was doing recently was everything was just negative. Like, it wasn't me, it was like what I would do. Like, for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction or something. Everything I would do, but it's not like, it was like real people, like people outside of my window like slamming their car doors and like, you know, like just fucking screaming and yelling outside and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like it all was like a feeling, like I could feel it, and I was like tripping with it. I was vibing with it. My brain would like have telepathy through the internet or a TV screen or anything, and like things would be triggering how people were reacting on the television and like how I was thinking up in my head, and I swear to God it was real. But and like what my problem was, and it's not like I was on anything like really bad, like, you know, like methamphetamine or like heroin or anything. It was just I was on coffee and weed, and you know, just, you know, I'd smoke weed and I'd get all foggy, you know, and then I'd drink some coffee to counterbalance that. And then you know, it doesn't really work like that, you know, and then you're all like jittery, so you drink some alcohol to like calm it down. It doesn't work like that. That's what was bad. Because then you have a depressant, you have a stimulant, you have a psychedelic, you know what I mean? And all that shit up in your head is not good. But man, did it make my like imagination just go wild. But you know, I want to go back and try and show you what I was imagining, because it was like vivid, and like I could see it. Like as if it was in a music video or something. But yeah, I would recommend, if you had some sort of like mental illness or like depression or something, it was like, this was the theme. This is the theme. Just crazy to me. This is like the whole motto, I guess, is what I was like aiming for. If it was like some way to just be a positive influence, be someone's hero, that someone needs a hero out there, like I'm trying to be that hero. I'm trying to bring, and this is like this is all symbolism and so cool. Like it's symbolic. Like, because I came out of a halfway house, and I came out of like pure hell, like 100%. Yeah, voices in your head. You're locked in a cell that is creepy and dirty, and you know what I mean? And you can't go out, and then you go to this halfway house. That is like hell. That fucking thing sucked. That was like the worst thing I've ever been through. And so then I came here, and this is the apartment I picked. I could have picked all these apartments, but I picked this one, and I got lucky. This is a second story apartment, so it's like it's like up in heaven. So like the theme is I'm bringing hell into heaven, or like I'm gonna move to the city of angels, and that's where I'll stay, because I'm gonna bring hell into heaven. And like that's how my music's gonna sound, is, you know what I mean? That's the whole idea. So I guess last thing to just close out, because there is like the theme, like follow my dreams, but my dream is a nightmare, because it is. I mean, there's times where it's good, but there's times where it's not. But like the last thing is, I just kind of had to cut everyone out of my life, and then now I just have these like new rules set up where I don't do anything like I don't do drugs with anyone. All I do is music, and like that's all I have time for. 'Cause I'm like really interested in how some people could just have hobbies and like get your music into the real world. That's what hip hop kind of was. It was like street music getting into the real world or whatever. Like, you know, people recording in their bathrooms and whatnot. And I'm trying to get the community involved, because I swear there could be like a real nice artsy community in this town that would be pretty positive. I swear there's no like actual recording studios in this town, which is kind of what's messed up, because I would be more than down to go collaborating with people in recording studios. It's the whole thing, inviting them over to my place, and then they know where I live, and then it's just all kind of weird and sketchy because we all, like, you know what I mean, and it's just a weird world we live in. And I swear, if they just had like a bar place and then like an arcade with like pinball machines and stuff, and you just like keep walking down the hallway into this corner, or like around the corner, and you go into this door, and there's like this like studio in here with, like, you know what I mean, like right next to the arcade bar downtown place, and it's not even expensive, it's just a room, and you know what I mean, and it's like $50 an hour to come collaborate here or something, like, or like that'd be way more chill, because then, you know what I mean, then you don't have to have people know where you live, and you don't have to be worried about people coming in robbing you or like any weird shit. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do, is what I'm trying to get done. Is I think if Billings just had like a studio, like a public recording studio, or like, you know, there wasn't like some weird thing about trying to actually make it big in the music industry, or just actually making a living off your music alone would be enough for me to be happy. 'Cause it's like a dream thing. But yeah, that's the thing, is I just don't talk to who I was talking to anymore. Or like, that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is stay away from the negative. And the negative is, when it sucks to know, the negative is what I was growing up in, and like what my perception was like growing up, like you know what I mean? Like I was accustomed to that. And I have to stop, because when I want to have a kid, I don't want my kid to be going through the same crap. I don't want to be going through the same crap. Like why? Like, let's just stop. Let's cut that shit out, because like, it's so not worth it. It's just so not worth it. But yeah, I'm getting my capture card pretty soon, and like that's kind of my thing, is I kind of like, how do you say, like kind of got like abducted by the darkness, you know, and like I totally anti-socialized myself, and I totally am a nobody now. I used to have lots of friends. I used to be like popular-ish, and now it's no one. So going sober is like the greatest thing you could ever do. You know, get some mental peace, get some peace in your mind. 'Cause that's the thing. I don't really even like video gaming with people, because I don't like talking to people, because I just don't. Because I'm make music, and I'm just not known for my music. So it's like not like a casual thing. I wish we could just been like casually just like playing games like that. But instead I'm like, hey, but I get it. Like, we can be casual. It's just I don't really have time for all these video games and stuff. I'm trying to make some sort of artistic thing, and I'm actually just trying to get somewhere, you know. And that's what's important. What's important is trying, you know. You might fail, but you know, you're trying to get somewhere. And that's important, because I have these voices going in my head again, and it's like as if it feels like I have a very important role in this world, and it's like I'm like a role model, or a what do you call it, good citizen or something, but I'm a felon, and it's all just weird. And I hear voices of like people that are trying to talk to me, and I'm like, why are you talking to me? I'm not even famous. Like, and I'm back here, and the voices are talking to me. Why are you trying to talk to me? You don't even know me. Like, I'm not famous. There's no possible way you could know me. Okay. But there's that thing again where I like swear everyone knew who I was. Like I had like this pure soul kind of feeling, like knowing who I am with my identity and whatnot and everything like that. Just not being where I'm supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sound like a fucking tool or anything saying, hey, my name's Brandon Helmy and I'm not supposed to be working here or there or anywhere around here. Like, maybe I am supposed to be working around here, but not at these jobs, not doing this and that. I'm supposed to be, you know, Brandon Helmy, and then they're like, oh, and then there's that thing where you just have to fucking avoid all the negativity. Like, you know, there's just a bunch of negative stuff that's going on, and just it's not even worth it. So, you know what I mean? Because where I come from is not a very respectable place. I come from a place where it was like a dream. Like, I was living a dream in a sense of like life was so peachy that it was so easy going. It was a dream. But then there's just that other place that's at times where, you know, the strike down of the fucking darkness, the fucking, you know, just darkness of this and that and the other, you know what I mean? It's not one thing. It was like this thing, that thing, the other thing. So today was the first day. I wanted to say that. And I guess that's all I'm gonna do for my video gaming videos. Is we'll see what I can do. I don't know. Trying to make something to entertain and trying to do a good job, because that's the other thing. I get the whole advice thing. Like, if you're trying to do something, and I got a lot of advice. But if you're trying to do something, or like if you're gonna be happy in life, a good bet would be like find the job that you're passionate about, but it might not be the right job. Like, you know what I mean? But if you're doing something, you do it the best you can, kind of thing. Like, and if you're in one of those jobs where it's just not like that and you don't like it or whatever, you know, just get out of it and go on. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, like, I wonder if I'm even supposed to be making music. If I couldn't be doing something else, like, just be, like, writing books, or... Because I know I'm just a good writer. But then that's that thing. Where Michael Jordan played basketball, but, you know, he also retired and went to play baseball. So... You never know, man. I could just be like one of those people focusing on my works. You know what I mean? Like, trying to keep my private life peaceful, happy. And, like, you know what I mean? My works would be music. But I feel like music's just a little overwhelming. It just, especially for me, is something that can just get blown out of proportion. And I can just take it to the limit, kind of thing. But, you know, writing books, maybe like write some sort of like self-help biography relatable thing for your mental illness. But that's just like my skill, and that's like the advice I guess I could give someone that's going through that, is like your trade, your skill. If you have a feeling, you have an idea of what it is, try and just do your best. And it's like it's like this. Like, people have the fear of missing out on stuff. People have the fear of missing out on stuff like partying and social gatherings and all that kind of stuff. But you'll see other people out there that are like spiritual guidance people, and they will tell you the same thing I'll tell you, that you're not even missing out on anything. Like, what these people do at these places where they just, they socialize and gather and go to clubs and whatnot, you're not, like, if that's not you, that's not you, you know what I mean? And I think you're better off, in my opinion, than being one of those people. Like, you are a bald eagle, you know what I mean? You soar high up, independent, and all these other things, they're in the flocks, they're the seagulls or the dodos. Like, that's what I am. I'm like one of the last of my kind as far as Helmy. As far as the male Helmy, like, I'm like one of the last ones. It's like me and one other dude out there. But yeah, it's like the dodo thing. Like, this is what my family, I think, has this thing in its lifeline of, like, it could easily just get messed up by drugs and alcohol, any of that shit. And the dodos, what happened to the dodos, you know what I mean? So, gotta be like a bald eagle. That's what I have to do. Top of the food chain, and just independent. And I don't need people for the social gratitude to let me know that I'm good, or to let me know that I'm with it, or whatever it is. Because whatever it was for me might not be for everyone. Some people, I can see where it's not as bad to have social drinks, and but for me, and especially in my family with the lifeline of alcoholism, it's not just an easy sit down, socialize, having an enjoying yourself thing. It's like something in my DNA. So, and I don't know. I'm just saying, when I was a little kid, right, I had thoughts in my head of, like, I knew I would have to do something different. Like, I knew this same shit couldn't just keep happening, because if it did, it would have to stop eventually or something. Like, so I remember that, just being like a little kid in elementary school, just like, I need to be the one to go the different path, I need to be the whoever I can be, or whatever thing. So today's day one. I'd called today day one because I woke up, felt like shit, or I felt okay, and that's that thing. I feel good. I don't feel great. Like, if I know how to feel great, or like, but to feel great, you're gonna have to go back down to feeling horrible. Like, that's just how these things work for me. To feel great, and then I go straight down to horribleness, and then I'm feeling alright or good, and it's not good enough, and I want to feel great. So I woke up today, and my head was hurting, and I was like, maybe I should drink some coffee and I feel great. But I didn't, and I focused on, how about I just drink lots and lots of water? Just drink lots and lots of water today. And then, maybe go shopping, or go shopping. I went shopping for food and walked. And just being like smarter like that. Like, if you have like an addiction, because I have like that addiction thing. Like, I need something, or else I can be just locked up in a creepy, dirty jail cell, and just, that's all it is, stare at the wall all day. I can do that. So this quarantine thing isn't nothing, you know, but yeah. Just know that it gets better if you're willing to be better. Like it's gonna get better if you get better. The better you get, the better it gets. Cause I swear, schizophrenia is hell. Like, I swear, it's so horrible. Like, you wouldn't believe how horrible it is. It's so horrible. So yeah, I guess that's all I got. Maybe I'll hit you up with my. We'll see how I can stream. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just trying to give you schizophrenic stories. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to give you like my music. You know what I mean? And the whole question is, how does one just get their music out there without getting all this negativity and all this envy and all this like jealousy and hate and like people that are talking shit behind your back? And like, how do you get your music out there like Ariana Grande or like Taylor Swift or like any of these people that are just like at the top and they'll never ever come down? They're always gonna be at the top, and they started at the top. Like, you know what I mean? Those people, how do you get there? Especially in this town, it's impossible. That's the feeling. That's the thing, is this town's impossible to, like, to say everybody in this town could have a concert and we could pack everyone in this town, sure, but like once they go out and like they all know about it, I don't think it just spreads like that. Like 100,000 people to the whatever hundreds of millions of people in this country. Just to talk to Mr. Guy over here that's like, oh, so you think you got something special? You think you got something great? But Mr. Guy, now I do. Like, I went through so much horrible stuff that now I got a backstory that's like a novel long. So all I know is this music thing's my hobby, and like treating it like it's a hobby, and just knowing I'm probably like Duke Nukem in this like kind of damn I'm good kind of way. But that's about it, I guess. Because I can't show you how I make music in there. When it's music, it's all concentrate and zone in and tunnel vision on the music, and it's just like that. I don't know if I want to do this video game thing, but I do, because I want a second channel, because I want to be able to be like, hey, there's that funny side about me that was like not so personal, you know, like I don't take it personally that I'm Mountain Dew fan still, and I'm, you know, still Mountain Dew fan, and like so that's that. I don't know how we'll do it. I don't know how I'll do it. That's the thing. I did it. No one fucking helped me. Okay, so, and like that's what's going on. It's a lot of people starting from nothing, and so did I. You know what I mean? Some people got help, and then that's how they got there. But guess what? They don't have like a backstory. They don't have the same thing as me. Like, just because somebody got help to get there, like him and her, or him and her, or like all these people that are like, they got there. Like, obviously someone has to help you, but like I'm talking about, I just made all this shit on my own. I did it all on my own, and like I didn't even get help from my parents. My parents wouldn't even believe in me, you know? So that is what it is. That's kind of like what I'm feeling right now, is to say I don't want to go back to my parents' place. Like, I don't want to keep going back to that horrible fucking shit. So it's not that horrible, but it is when that's what it is all the time. Like, and it's always that. It's always that. And now I got these other jobs experiences too, like working a normal job can give you so much like work ethic and discipline and know-how, like knowing things about things with real life experience instead of just like calling someone and paying them to do it. Or like that was like I know I need a job where I can get creative and have some sort of artistic thing or have freedom. I can't have a job where I'm working under a boss and he's breathing down my back and I don't feel free. I feel like I'm a slave again. And the last 2 jobs have been good, where I haven't had a boss bugging me the whole time. But that job before that, I was being very bugged, and that's what happened. It was I got bugged real bad. And then kept saying I was gonna go sober, and then 2 days ago was like, all right, I'm gonna smoke this weed that's, fucking ditch weed or whatever they call it, fucking shit weed, whatever it is. It's just weed. I smoked it. It made me mad because I didn't get crazy insanely high. So I got fucking angry